Okay, step number one, I'm going to go ahead and start blocking in the darker values. I'm going to start with my darkest value. I'm just blocking that in and then going in with my mid values. So I'm going to start with my darkest blue, and I'm just going to use a flat brush. And the technique that I'm using right now, this is wet paint on a dry surface. So wet on dry. This is a fairly small little miniature, little mini painting here, just a study, just to get you guys practicing how to apply the paint. So again, this is a wet on dry. And I'm just using that flat brush to pull the paint up towards the canvas, using kind of vertical and diagonal strokes. Okay, if I want to blend, let's say I want to blend my number 1 value with my number 2 value, what you can do is you can use 2 brushes, or if you want to use 1 brush, you can. I'm going to go ahead and wet my brush here, blot it, and I'm going to go in with maybe a number 3 value, which is going to be a little bit darker. So now I'm still using wet on dry here, and then I'm going to take some of this color, my darkest blue. I'm going to pull that up and apply and blend the lighter number 3 value with my number 1 value. And so I'm just kind of pulling that in. That's like a wet on wet technique. You can blend. I'm going to use a lighter value here, around, still using the wet, dry. I'm going to go a little bit lighter in this area, probably going to use a number 6. So you have a wet on wet, a wet on dry, and then you also have a dry on dry. When your brush is kind of dry, has a little bit of paint. I'm going to do that over here on this side just so you can see. The value is a lot darker, but just so you can see that section is dry, my brush is dry, and you can see that dry brush application there. So those are just 3 basic acrylic painting techniques that you can use.